Estefania Tapias, smart cities versus responsive cities. What exactly is the difference between those two?
Well, actually, the terminology responsive cities is just a way of using a different word to say that it's not only about a city being smart, but it also needs to go beyond and really be more inclusive and thinking also not only about the technology but also about the citizens, the human, the environment. So you can use the word responsive or you can use the word that you prefer, but it's really just to say or to refer to a city that goes beyond being smart.
You gonna mention the word infrastructure in your presentation later on. What exactly is responsive infrastructure? Can you help us with that?
Yeah, and actually that's where the terminology becomes very interesting, because it's actually how the whole city should develop into this idea of responsiveness, not only with buildings or not only with roads, but really as a whole, as a complex system, how everything can be responsive, how you can think about going a step forward into the smart, a step forward of the opportunity of the technology, but actually like including the citizens, including thinking about the environment, but really as a whole, like as an infrastructure, not only like one part of the city, but like the whole infrastructure.
I like this responsive thing, because maybe not everybody can be smart, but everyone can be responsive. So it's asking for action in a way.
Yeah, exactly, and it also means inclusive at the end, right? Like you're including not only, in this case, not only the technology, but you're also including the humans that are living in the city. You're also including the environment that it's around the city. You're including all of these different aspects that before, when you talk about smart cities, you only think about the technology. But if you think about a word, whichever word you want to use, that it's a bit more inclusive, then like the whole idea becomes more systematic. It becomes more like a system rather than just putting the technology in the podium and then the rest is forgotten.
Talking about humans, what is the role of the people, of the individual, of the human beings in that responsive city system?
So it's actually very important for the people that are actually making the decisions to involve the citizens in the decision. So we've seen this idea of citizen participation, which is not a new idea. It has been since a long time. But it's more about not only using the citizens to gather ideas, but also involve them in the process. So also teach them how these different processes in the city are happening, or also like asking what are their needs, like, and if they have some needs, how you can use those needs to involve them in the whole process, a bit more participative, and also not only with humans, but also with the environment, as I mentioned before. And how you can use the technology as an opportunity, as a tool, but not as the end goal. So then people also feel more heard when people not only talk about, okay, this is the technology we're going to use, but more like, okay, we want to answer to your needs. We have this tool that can help with that, but our goal is to make your life more livable, your life more sustainable, your life more comfortable, more safe in the city.
Last question. If you could create your perfect responsive city, how would it look like?
Well, that's a very difficult question, and I could go forever. But I think, again, for me, like taking the human and taking the environment at the same time, it's the most important part. Then how you use the technology and how you use it as a tool, then for me becomes more like the supportive mechanism that you have. But the agenda, like the city agenda, must be the human, the comfort of the human, giving safety, giving quality of life. but at the same time that human can also become an environmental sustainable person, that the environment is also involved, that they have more sustainable behavior and so on. So like these two topics for me are highly important, and again, like the technology, it is a very important tool and it's a very important opportunity, but it has to fit with these goals.